Okay, so we're going to get started. And Lisa asked that if we would just maybe do a call, and I thought it was a great idea to do a Zoom and just to get everybody on the same page towards the end of the month with everything that we can do to help finish this month really strong. So I had asked Paula, we're each going to share about 10 minutes or so, and Paula's going to start. Then I have a couple things I wanted to go over, and then we'll have Lisa finish up for us. So if it goes over, it's because it's Lisa's finish.
Not you or me, Karen. Absolutely.
Go ahead, Paula.
All righty. Well, you guys, welcome. I'm so glad you're all here tonight. Karen asked me to do a little motivation, because right now what I think is happening is, school started and we've had this summer thing. A lot of people are vacationing and you kind of take a break from your business. And even though your businesses still go, a lot of your customers are still reordering. It's all great. But sometimes it's our mindset kind of shifts a little bit. So I'm reading two really good books. I want to show you right here. This is Daymond John. He's from Shark Tank. And I got this book from him. He actually autographed it for me. He's truly amazing. He actually, I was in a workout group that he purchased this guy's group, and then I went to work out in it, and they filmed it for Shark Tank, so I was on Shark Tank anyway, so which is really fun. But anyway, so The Power of Broke is it's an amazing book. So if you can get it, it's a really good book to read. And I was going to share a couple things out of there, but I really wanted to spend a little bit more time in this book. This is a friend of mine wrote this book, and it's called Finding Fabulous. And so I've been traveling a lot, so I've been reading a lot, and I've had both these books with me. And Melissa, I think the whole thing about even The Power of Broke is all about mindset. And if you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, you won't. So that's all about mindset. And so that's mainly what this book is about. But Melissa talks a little bit about a couple of things that are preparing yourself mentally for your success. And one of the things is, we write down our goals, have our goals written on a board or whatever. Like I have right here, I am an NMD. And it's right here on my computer. And I look at it every single day because in my mind, I am. But there's stuff that I have to do to get there. So I just can't be that. It just doesn't just happen. There are steps you have to do. And so it's really funny. So there's 4 things that she talks about on preparing mentally. And the first one is research. So the first story she talks about is a gal that did a little bit of research for, she worked out all the time. She's very enthusiastic, worked out seriously, did CrossFit, did all this stuff. So her mind told her, well, I want to own a gym. So that was her goal. So she had that goal written on her whiteboard, and she was like, I'm going to own a gym. I'm going to own a gym. When she started doing the research, she discovered that she did not want to own a gym. She didn't know how to set it up. She didn't even know how to do billing, set up all that kind of stuff. So research showed her that what she really wanted to do and changed her mindset was to become a trainer. So she got certified as a trainer and went to work for a nice gym. So when you do your research and you figure out exactly what it is you want to do with your life, that will help you get your goals specific and manageable and attainable. So you can't just put out there, I'm going to buy a house on a lake without researching costs and know how to do that. So that was number 1. Number 2 is get the necessary training. And I know Lisa's going to touch on this in just a minute. And it is so important that you guys stay tuned in to. Today was a corporate update call. Don't raise your hands. Don't let me know who was on there. But it's something that I don't miss, provided I'm not in a meeting or something. But the corporate update call. So on my phone, I get a notification that 5 minutes before the corporate update call comes on, I can click in my calendar and click on the corporate update call, go right to it. So it's so important. That's one of the 10 core is just, it's so important that you stay focused on what's happening with the company and you get trained. So Karen keeps posting great videos of trainings, things happening on our Making People Better site. So it's really important that you guys pay attention to those, to stay in, stay focused, stay a part of Making People Better, because that's where you're going to learn a lot. You're going to see a lot of postings on a lot of great trainings. So that was number 2. Number 3, develop relationships with mentors and teachers. So I think it's important to get to know the people that are doing some of these trainings. So when you go to the regionals, go to those trainings, I want to go meet those people. I want to talk to them. I want to get to know them. So I made it a point when Anna Camp came out here, I made it a point that she knew who I was. I got to know her. And then I got on her YouTube list. So now I can watch her YouTubes. I can go in there and watch them all the time. And so I think it's important that you know some of those, the people within this company who are doing trainings and teaching, and get to know them. Sam Wyatt, Paul and Sam Wyatt are doing a regional up here, some of you up there, and it's, I can't stress how important it is to listen to these people. These people have been there, done that. They're training a different way than maybe we are. So anyways, that was number 3, and I'm going to go on with number 4, and it's be hungry and be humble. When you're hungry for what this business has, if you're hungry for, and that's why the Power Broke, why these two kind of collide together, because one of the things he says in here is how empty pockets, a tight budget, and a hunger for success can become your greatest competitive advantage. And that's so true. When you're wanting that little bit of extra income, when you're wanting something more, when you're wanting to earn the Lexus, those things make you hungry. Those are the things that keep you driving, keep you driven, and keep pushing you forward. And the other thing is being humble. And I think that in our humility we learn. So just being open to what this company has, following the steps that, and I know all 3 of our conversations that we're having tonight are going to lead one to the next. So I'm going to stop there. I know I got started a little bit. I'm going to cut myself short so that you guys we'll do 10 minutes. You guys are only going to be on here 30 minutes, but I really encourage you to be reading really good books. Go find some good books that have something that looks like something that's going to mentor you and really resonate with what you're doing in your business. And don't give up. And don't stop at no. Thanks, Karen. Thanks, Lisa.
You're welcome. Thanks, Paula. That was great. A lot of great tips. So what I want to talk about is this whole month is called Rise Up and Rank Up. And whether you rank up this month or you rank up next, if you rank up this month, chances are you'll get an extra bonus, which will be great. If it doesn't happen this month, I'm going to give you some tips and some things to do that will help you to rank up over the next couple of months. And a lot of it, some of the stuff Lisa's going to go over with the 10 core, Paula addressed all of them, but I'm going to give you some practical things. So I'm going to screen share with you because I've got some things on my desktop that I want to share with you. Let me see if I can get there. So can you see that? Can everybody see that?
Yes.
No. Okay, so this is just a little like a brain teaser kind of thing, and I'm going to post all these in the group after our Zoom, so you'll be able to download them and print them off. But this is just like a memory jogger. Like we've got that great memory jogger in our success planner, but same thing, and it's just to put. I've got this on my desk all the time. Like, who do I know that has debt? Who do I know? Somebody that I worked with. Who do I know that practices yoga? Who do I know that loves makeup and skincare? Who do I know that loves to eat healthy? So that's just one of the things that I'm using right now to trigger some things to maybe for me to send a text to somebody to say, hey, how you doing? Love to have coffee with you. Then the next thing I have is this little paper, and like I said, I'll have all of these out for you because I'm going to teach them at a regional. But as you go through these and you're jogging your memory, then write them down immediately. So this is like someone who owns their own business. So write 3 of those people down. Someone who always looks put together. Someone, that's a compliment that I often get. Well, today I had my grandbaby and I wasn't very put together, but I did get my makeup on about 3 o'clock. So I would probably end up in that category. And guess what? I am the perfect person for this business opportunity. If you think of in that category, if you think of somebody like me, you're right. That's somebody that would be really great at doing what we do because they would actually love everything that we have and everything that we do. And, Paula and Lisa are the same. They would fit right into that category. Someone who eats clean and healthy, someone who loves to wear makeup and skincare. Who do you know that practices yoga? Is the same kind of thing. But now you can list those 3 names. I think you kind of get the picture. And the bottom is someone you used to work with. So that kind of gives you an idea about that. The other thing I want to talk to you right now is about your calendar. Paula mentioned about the CUC call on Tuesday. I have a regular calendar that I have out, but then I have another one that I print out and that I write on. And this kind of looks like it. Everything in pink I have highlighted is personal. Everything in green has to do with my business because that means money. So every Monday morning, I have a call with my pacing partner at 9 o'clock on Monday morning, unless we call and change that. So Lisa will talk about pacing partners. I do have a pacing partner. It's someone other than Paula and Lisa. She's totally on a different team, and I love that because I get all kinds of ideas from them and what they're doing in their group. So try to mirror match where you are, and if you need help with that, we can maybe match you with somebody. So I always have my Neora U on there at 6:30 at night on a Monday night because that's who I am and it's what I do. I have a local team that I do Neora U with. I will never not do that because it's really what's helped to grow my business. Tuesday, like Paula said, the CUC calls on there at 4 o'clock Eastern time. Right here, we're down here. I've got my Zoom tonight at 8:30. Some of the circled things are really big things. They were like either sit downs or you see I've got my regional on there. So next month, my regional is September 14th. Unless I have a wedding or a funeral, I will be at my regional. There is nothing that's going to stop me from being at a regional because that is what has grown my business. So whether I have something else planned that I could even do for my business, my regional is way more important because I'm gathering the best information from people out there that have way more expertise than I do. So I will just, if you can't make it to this next one with Paul and Sam, and I would encourage you, if you can cancel whatever you have and move it to another date, I would tell you to do it because the training I just got from them on preferred customers and what to do with preferred customers is one like I've never seen before. And that's the kind of training that you get from these people that come in and do your regionals. So whatever you can do, you've got to get to those regionals. They're supposed to be within 2 hours driving distance. I just took my whole team to Richmond, Virginia in July because July we didn't have one. We all got together and watched Puya, but we drove 5 hours down and 5 hours back to be in Richmond, Virginia to hear Bo Short. And it was worthwhile, and it really helped some of my team members that are going to rank up this month. So I would encourage you, don't not get to regionals. So make sure that you're getting a calendar out there and planning it before the month ever even begins. Right now I'm working on my September calendar. So I think I've said enough about that. What's the next thing? This is in our back office. I don't even know if you know that it's there. I came across this, maybe 2 months ago, but it's a 90-day customer onboarding roadmap. And it's what you can do with your customers. Lisa, did you know this is back there? Do you use this?
No.
I love this. I love it. I love it. It talks about on day 1 how it sends a welcome and an email confirming their order. HQ, it shows you down here at the bottom. HQ is for Nerium headquarters. Orange is BP. That's what the brand partners do. And PC is what the preferred customer is going to get. But it gives you all these little things. So like I'll just show you, day 5 to 7. That's when they're going to receive their initial shipment and their welcome brochure. We all know what that is. headquarters is going to send them an email with the daily use tips for the products that they purchased. Did you know that they get that? That they get, if the proper email's in there, they get an email with how to use it and tips on the products that they purchased. And then we should be sending them on day 5 to 7 a customer link showing them the products and what they ordered. So, and then go down here, look at this. Day 45, send an educational email about the science behind the product they ordered. This is everything headquarters is doing. So if the right email is in there, and you all know what I'm talking about, sometimes we don't have a right email in there, but if the right email is in there, they are getting all kinds of valuable information from the company, because sometimes you wonder how the order got canceled or why they're delaying it themselves, and it's all because of what's going on in here. So day 12, headquarters is sending them an email with testimonials and real results photos from the products they purchased. So it's, if you don't know what they're getting from headquarters, it's pretty unbelievable what they're getting. And then down here is a roadmap tracker, which is in there. This is good unless you're tracking another way. I'm going to show you, I think mine is still down here. Here's a monthly tracker that this one's blank. I should have gotten out my regular one for you, but I put down their name. I put down what about their skin or their health problem, whatever they've told me about, and then whether I've sent them a picture or a video, how I'm following up, if I sent them a sample, and the date it was all done. And then I keep that. I usually have that in my purse so that if I run across somebody, I can get their name on that tracker right away. And then I also transfer stuff from one month to the next. So I just wanted to show you those couple things. I don't think, I'm looking for one more thing and I don't think it's on here. Hang on one second for me. This is what I want to show you. Okay, so this little form, this Be Informed, we all know about form. And if anybody else on here watched Near You last night, Vicki Downing's husband did a whole thing on form, family, occupation, recreation, and motivation. Lisa's shaking her head, so I think she probably watched it. It was excellent, excellent. But I have started to do this, and then if I have to do a 3-way with somebody or I need somebody to do a 3-way for me, this is what I give them. This is what I send to them so that they have it. So when I have someone that I've just talked to, and it's whether it's cold or warm, I put their name down, their cell phone, if it's okay to text them, what's the best time. I'm trying to keep all this stuff in my mind, just like he said to do. Then their spouse, how many children they have, their current occupation, their favorite occupation, what they like to do, what they would love to change, any notes in here. So this is really great for third-party phone calls. Or if, like say Paula was talking to somebody today and tomorrow she was going to try to do a 3-way with them and she wanted me to be on it, she could send this information sheet and I would, be ready to go with it. And then also, even if you sign them up as a customer, it's great to have these sheets for later on to say, hey, you told me one time that you would really love to take that family vacation to the beach, but you've not been able to. Did you know that you can order your get your product for free? And along with that, I can show you how to make easily $300 to $500 a month. If you're interested, I'd love to sit down with you. But often we talk to people. Back to this sheet right here. Oh, it went away. Back to that other sheet that I showed you, and it's not enough of information to put on that little tracker sheet. So I would tell you to go ahead and start filling those forms out, whether you think they are somebody that's going to be a customer or not, whether you think it's somebody that's going to be a brand partner or not. I would tell you to do it because you never know when you're going back through and you want to say, I'm going to take 15 minutes today and I'm going to work on my business. Well, that's actually 15 minutes of good A prospecting and good A activities so that you can really do something for your business. So I think I have left you 7 minutes. Let me stop this share.
Well, while you're doing that, Karen, I have a question. Are you using that form basically for people that you think are interested in the business? Because it seems like too much for just a customer.
Well, you know what? If it's a good customer, if it's a really good customer that's spending $300 a month or $250 a month, I have their information. Like if it's a cold customer that I don't really know, like we know a lot of our customers, but I've recently gotten a lot of customers that I don't know anything about, nothing about. And when I start having conversations with them, then, there's just too many that I have right now that if I don't keep notes on them, I really don't know. It's one thing to have 10 customers or 15 customers, you know what's going on with them. But when you have 40, 50, 60 customers, you really don't know about them or what's going on. And especially birthdays, because we don't have to put birthdays in our database, when we're putting their information in. So it's one way to get birthday information. The information that Paul and Sam Wyatt did on what to do with PCs was the most valuable information I've seen.
Incredible. It's
I
incredible.
printed it out. Did you print it out, Lisa?
I did print it out, and if anybody wants it, I can just forward it, and I went through my phone. I learned how to do it.
Tell everybody to print it out. It came out in color. I made 25 copies, and I took it to Neora U last night, and we went over a few things. But the loyalty program, you can see why. It was just so enlightening to me.
Yes.
Why Paul and Sam have gotten to where they've gotten in a very, very, very short time. The month of December, when Paula signed up, my very first regional I went to it was the second one. It was in January. Paul and Sam did the regional, and they were regional marketing directors 3.5 years ago. They are now silver or I think they're gold national marketing directors, which is, if you don't know how much money they're making, I posted a long time ago in our Making People Better group. There's a chart in there that shows you each rank up and what you could expect to make for the different ranks. But they're making a ton of money. And the reason is because they teach and they train and they get their people to do 10 core. And I don't have to preach to the choir. You guys are on this call tonight, so you're the ones that are always on. But I'd say there's always a little bit more you can do. If you didn't listen to the CUC call and it was Tuesday today at 4 o'clock and you were working, you know what? That's what you should do at 7 o'clock on a Tuesday night or 8 o'clock on a Tuesday night. Listen to that call because you get all the information. I always say that if I had a business and I had a staff meeting or I had a boardroom for everybody to go to, that would be my staff meeting Tuesday at 4 o'clock. My phone goes off just like Paula. It went off at 5:04 today for me to listen to that call, and I listened to the whole thing. So there's, whenever there's a promotion, whenever there's a surprise, whatever, it's on that call and we get it. And the other thing is the Thursday leadership call that Bo does on the Edge is an excellent call. So that's one way that you're going to just keep, if you've got 10 minutes a day to spend on your business, that's 10 minutes that's going to give you, a lot of faith, confidence, and belief to get out there and sell the product and to sell the business opportunity. So, Lisa.
We're going to go. All right. So I was going to talk a little bit about the 10 core, but I'm going to narrow it down to just some things that I think, all of us on here know the 10 core, but I think, and you can find it. What I did is I went into the success planner that's in the back office, and it's the workbook, and I just printed out page 22. And it actually has it right there. Sometimes it's good to see it. Obviously, you want to start Neora.com for our training. But I want to talk a little bit about the 2 exposures a day. It's so important to do them. And I know we think that we're doing it, but I take my planner, so you have yours. I have mine. And every single day, I start with a number 1, 2. And I write 1, 2, and then I put 1, 2 for follow-ups. And I make it a point to the day before to try and put someone's name down there that I'm going to talk to, or I write someone's name down that I have spoken to, because I take EHT, but I forget. Give them a couple days, I forget who I've spoken to. Right. So I write down who I spoke to and what I did, whether I sent them a video, whether I gave them a sample, or whatever. Same thing with the follow-up. And that's really important, because if you don't write their names down, you need to follow up within 24 to 48 hours, or they're going to forget who you are, and the interest is not going to be there anymore. And that if you can, even do 15 exposures in a month, and you do that for 2 years, 24 months, it's amazing how much business you're going to get and how much money you're going to make with that. And the exposures are simply just sending video. handing them a business card and talking about it. So just exposing, you're taking them from not knowing to knowing. Let's see. The number 3 was sharing the products. Please make sure you always have an eye serum in your pocketbook. That's really key. I haven't done any of the thumb samples. Has anyone done that? People are talking about it, and if you're embarrassed or afraid to ask someone to put it on their eyes, you can ask them just to put it on their thumb, and then they can look at their thumbs a little bit later, and they usually will see a difference right there. And I always try and keep, oh God, see, I have old-fashioned eye serum samples, so that works. Or even keeping a Prolistic in your pocketbook too, and you can always give a little squirt on somebody's hand. Make sure your name is on every single thing, every piece of information. I was at a party last week. Sharon was there with us. I was at Sharon's party. I went to go pick up another person's card in a little magazine. She had no name on it, on any. So just make sure your name and contact information is on everything. Gosh, I'm going to jump down to the weekly training. That NEORU is so important. There's so much information that's given on that. 2 weeks ago, I believe, and maybe it was 3, when Amber was on, she went through things that were in our back office that I didn't even know. It was incredible. So if you can go back to NEORU and find Amber's. Maybe it was 2 weeks ago. I'm not sure now. Oh,
I think it was 2 weeks ago.
It was so good, and you'll learn so much about what is in our back office and the information. Every question you could possibly ask was answered in that back office. And then I wanted to say something about the regional trainings. They are extremely important. I look at Allison. I know you're faithful. Allison started going to them before I did, actually. And in Massachusetts and New England, there is one on the 24th. The Wyatts are amazing. It is a drive, but it's going to be in a beautiful little place. And then we have up here, we have one on the, oh my God, I have it written down. Where did I write it? Oh, September 14th, the Marlboro Country Club. It's going to be a round table. So I know there's some that are in North Carolina. Well, there should be one in Hawaii coming up, in Florida. Usually there's one in Orlando. So just find out where it is. And they are extremely important. As down as you could be for a minute, you go to one of those, it's the people, it's the motivation, it's the whole feeling that you get from going there. You always come out inspired. And then, of course, Get Real. I'm not sure who has already signed up for it, gotten their tickets. Tickets, if you're thinking about going, gosh, go and get it on Southwest Air as soon as they're available, because if you can't make it for some reason, you could always turn it back in and you can get your money for that. But the prices go up the longer you wait. The prices for Get Real on May 14th are going to continue to go up. And then, of course, there's Power Up in Long Beach, and then in Indianapolis, October 11th. What I wanted to do, a couple of things I really wanted to talk about. Something that I just found out today. If you go into your back office and you go into across the banner, scrolling right now, it says Neora Real Results. There are some amazing photos that you can take, and they all say Age IQ, firm, or whatever, so you know that they came from our company. What I just before this, I copy and pasted them in my in Word, and I'm gonna put them on a zip drive and then bring them to CVS and have them printed out. It's very, CVS, or you can go to Staples. It's very reasonable to get the new pictures, because we want to make sure that we're using photos that are from Neora products. If you see them on the internet, and if you have a question about whether or not they are actual Neora, you can ask Mary, you can ask Karen, you can ask so many people in the group whether they think, if they know the person. Yeah. And then, gosh, the commit to personal development, you already talked about that. But going to a workout partner. I'll be honest with you, I don't have one. I would love to have one. For years, I was with Sopata for 13 and a half years. We had a Fab Five group. That's another idea. If you had a few people that you'd like to connect with, and just on a weekly basis, you just say, let's call it Monday night at 8 o'clock. Just have one or two people, even if you needed to, just get on and have that kind of a workout partner. It's amazing the ideas that can be shared, and they push you a little bit, in a comfortable way, or you gab. I'm not sure anything else that, I could throw in. I be here a year from now. That's always good. I don't know.
I think that's good. Does anybody have any questions on anything we covered tonight?
I wanted to add something too. I know, Allison, you had said it in a nice way when we were talking the other day about the eye serum, the sampling. Do you remember I know we can say, when you're sampling something, would you like to sample just to see how it feels, or would you like to sample to get results?
Right. Yeah, pretty much the same thing.
You just said it in a nice way. So I'm going to congratulate Allison right now. She will have a new partner. As soon as the wording's changed. So
we're all cheering you on, Allison. So
yeah, and Allison is over 10,000 trip points too.
Yeah, she's halfway to Cabo, so that's awesome. Yeah.
Thank you.
One thing that I did want to say is about the market party. I mean, the RRPs and market parties, and these are so important. If you can try and schedule them somehow 1 or 2 times a month, they don't have to be anything fancy. Just have a conversation with somebody. Even talk to someone that that wants to be the hostess. You can offer to bring, I'll bring the wine and the cheese and crackers and get you a little gift, but just get some friends together. All I want to do is share. Because we don't have advertising, we don't have a storefront, so our business is word of mouth. It's referrals. So getting those people over to your house, getting them to a Starbucks, getting to something very low key and casual. Just bring out those products, stick them on a table, and let them sample. But when you have, it's just so. We're not going to have. I mean, Sharon could have explained one of her parties that she just had the other day. She had an extremely unusual party. It was very nice, but you don't have to do anything fancy. Make it simple, make it casual, make it social. So that's it.
Yeah,
great. That's awesome. All righty. So hopefully we can do this again soon. Yes, peace out. Love you guys.
Bye. Love you guys.
I'm going to save the recording so that the brand partners that couldn't be on tonight will be able to watch it. Okay.
Awesome. Thanks for getting on.
Thanks, Karen. Thanks, Lisa.
All right.